Right now, we are following breaking news in the Caribbean. The United States Coast Guard is in active pursuit of a third oil tanker connected to Venezuela's sanctioned dark fleet. According to Fox News correspondent Lucas Tomlinson, along with confirmation from the Associated Press and Reuters, the vessel is operating under a false flag and is already under a judicial seizure order. U.S. officials say this tanker is part of Venezuela's illegal effort to evade international sanctions. If seized, this would be the second tanker taken this weekend and the third in less than a week. As of now, the White House has not issued an official response. New video released by Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Nolan shows Saturday's seizure of another oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. Last week, President Trump announced what he called a blockade of all sanctioned oil shipments entering and leaving Venezuela. These actions are part of an escalating pressure campaign against Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro. Joining us now is Mark Chandler, Director of Government Relations at Coastal Carolina University and a former senior defense intelligence official. Mark, what is the significance of these developments? What we are seeing is a rapid escalation of pressure on the Maduro regime. The United States is no longer issuing warnings, it is taking direct action. To tanker seizures in 2 days sends a clear message that sanctions will be enforced. This is also an economic squeeze. Roughly 80% of the Maduro regime's revenue comes from oil exports moved through illegal shipping networks. By targeting these tankers, the U.S. is hitting Maduro's primary source of funding.
These vessels are often referred to as dark fleets, shadow fleets, or ghost fleets. They frequently change flags, falsify registrations, and turn off tracking systems to avoid detection. Countries like Venezuela, Russia, and Iran use these ships to secretly move sanctioned oil to foreign buyers. Could Venezuela respond? Most likely, we will see strong rhetoric and public defiance from President Maduro. A direct military response is unlikely. Venezuela's military is primarily focused on internal control and maintaining loyalty to Maduro, not confronting the United States. Escorting tankers with Venezuelan naval vessels would raise tensions but would not stop U.S. operations. The key question remains, can this pressure force Maduro out of power? That will not be easy. Maduro is deeply entrenched and protected by loyal military leaders and Cuban intelligence operatives. The most effective strategy is financial pressure. If oil revenue collapses, cracks may form within his inner circle. What should we watch for next? First, the outcome of this active pursuit. A tanker cannot outrun U.S. naval forces. Second, any escalation in Venezuelan rhetoric or attempts to protect future shipments. Third, additional sanctions or enforcement actions targeting the regime's finances. Now to another major developing story. U.S. officials say more strikes are possible against the Islamic State group in Syria. This follows U.S. airstrikes on ISIS weapons and logistics sites after an ambush attack killed 2 American troops and a U.S. interpreter. ISIS first emerged after the U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003 and later evolved into one of the world's most dangerous extremist organizations. At its peak between 2014 and 2015, ISIS controlled large parts of Iraq and Syria, while the group was militarily defeated by 2019. It was never fully eliminated. Today, an estimated 5,000 to 7,000 ISIS fighters remain active in Syria. They operate in small cells, exploiting security gaps and attacking vulnerable areas. ISIS also inspires attacks far beyond the Middle East, including in Europe and the United States. Can ISIS be eliminated? Militarily, it can be defeated. Ideologically, it cannot be erased. Extremism survives even after battlefield losses. That is why intelligence, surveillance, and preemptive action remain critical. As the holiday season approaches, officials urge the public to remain aware, celebrate, stay alert, and report anything suspicious. This threat is not just overseas, it is global.